Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to the June 11th edition of News from the Frontlines of Business by Huff Consulting. It's Friday here, so it looks like we've all managed to survive another week here if you were watching this video. So congratulations. I know it was rough for us over here. I guess, with this June 15th deadline coming up, it's a pretty hectic time here. But I guess for the first part of our section here, fun with numbers. So the interesting number that is kind of at the front of my mind right now is the number 83. And the reason why, I just looked at a map of the water temperatures in the Gulf of Mexico, and which as the higher they are, the worse it tends to be as far as thunderstorms and tropical storms and that sort of thing. So 83 is kind of a bad place to be right now because it's already it's only second week of June here. We're already in a really warm water temperature. So 83 degrees is the water temperature in the Gulf of Mexico off the coast of Louisiana right now. So hopefully it doesn't turn out the way it looks like it's going to be with another hot, active storm season. But anyway, so June 15th, we mentioned that in many of the videos before. It's kind of the deadline for the Louisiana and Texas taxpayers. And so us and everybody else that's in this business is hustling to get things submitted before this coming Tuesday. But we've had this discussion with a number of clients, so I guess it's worth bringing it up again here. What happens if you don't file on time, right? So, file an extension if you can't get the tax return completed, if for whatever reason, is step one. It's a very easy process. You can do it online at irs.gov. Contact us and we could do it for you. It's a very kind of straightforward kind of form. If you think you might owe some money, you could pay some, make a tax payment with that form and kind of reduce any possible payments you might need to make later on when you do finalize the returns. Or if not, you can also eliminate some of the interest and penalties and that kind of thing. So paying in some money before the deadline is advisable. But it happens every year for one reason or other. People just underestimate what they thought they would go. Don't pay enough money and miss all these deadlines. So the underpayment of tax penalty is only half of 1%. So and the payment the penalty for not filing a tax return by June 15th, the deadline is 5%. So if you don't file an extension and you have a payment that it's payments that are insufficient to cover the whole tax liability when you actually file a return, you can have, just even going 1 month late, you could have a 5.5% additional add-on to your tax bill. So that could be bad. A $10,000 tax, that could be $500+ of extra costs that you don't need to incur. So filing an extension is very, very important because that eliminates the larger part of that penalty. If you file the extension, the 5% part goes away, and you're only left with a 0.5% per month penalty. So not nearly as bad. And if you get it filed and paid as soon as you can kind of keep that amount kind of minimized. So just thinking about these numbers, a $10,000 tax hit, let's say we have when we're all said and done. If you forget to file the extension and you don't make your payments, you got a $550 add-on when you pay that tax. If you remember to file the extension but not make the payment, it's $50. Not that big of a deal. We hate to pay any more than we have to, but filing the extension. If you just don't know what's going on, I guess get the extension filed and figure it out later, because that's really where it is. So that's kind of it for this week. I really don't have too much more going on. I'm kind of worn out from this last minute tax rush, as it always is. No matter how well prepared we think we are, it always gets rough. So that's it. So have a great weekend, and we will see you Monday. And hopefully everybody has a good weekend and comes back rested up and ready to have another successful week of making money in their businesses. So we'll see you next week.